welcome back everyone. Here we are through step 12 of our Nebula common room build. Got our telescope and our table and a few books and a wall. So it's, I made some good progress yesterday, but a little slower than I thought it'd be. But still, that's the way these things roll sometimes. If you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not changing the world, we're just building silly little models and having fun. So, we're ready for step 13, which, as you might be able to tell, really simple step. Making this a stool, just put them together and on top. Easy enough. Let's see. How's this one supposed to? Yeah, I think this is the angle we're going to see it from, so it gets all the. It hides the non-covered side. Now we're making this a little stand for a urn or a vase or something there. These little delicate bits that get a little tricky sometimes, but sometimes they just work. Maybe this will be one that just works. Pop it in. That worked. Okay. So the urn goes. Okay, much that way. I think. After all that. No, it can't be upside down. Oh, like that. Okay, yeah. My eyes were deceiving me on which way I was going to put it in place. Okay, there's that. Now, get to move on to a little more substantial stuff. Gonna get to actually put some wire, some lights in, and I'll do the lighting first. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 wires, 5 strands, what do you want to call them, and we want the second shortest. There should be 2 of them. Second from the short, yeah. And one of those goes here, so get you detangled. And looks like we're bending the light. Okay. Yeah, just sort of go. Give it a 90-degree bend. Let's see, we're coming in. Okay, this is our floor pieces. Okay, so through here. And one in. Just going to guide that one, and then come over here. Looks like you're wanting it to be like that. Okay, no, it is gonna have. I'm about to put something there. And these guys, stack them. Looks like the long end goes. Yeah, because we're supposed to have a gap on this side, so it goes like that. And then this one around on top of it, just a double layer of it. Okay, I think it's just sort of to hide our wiring once it gets going. I'm going to go ahead and cinch that down. Alright. And now I think I'm gonna go with the old Gorilla Super Glue to hold this one in place. So I get the foundation laid in. Oh. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what I'll do, I'll put the super glue on either end and do a little bit of B7000 across the middle just to tack it in place. That way you don't have to use excessive amounts of the super glue. Just a few. Won't take much. Just make sure it stays in place there. I think that'll be a good idea. We'll find out together. So, that's one on this side. Even smooth coats. And hold. Right. Good. Get the excess off there. Nice. Little focus on there. I promise it's a good looking seam there. Well, pretty much it's the same thing again. That right on top of it. I just want to, I think they're not exactly matching up, so I'm going to use the super glue in 3 spots on this one, I think. That's another one of those things that may not be the best plan, but and try and hit in the middle. If I can get it to line up the first try. I think I did. Alright, yeah, I was not expecting it to work that well. I figured I'd have to struggle with that for hours. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Just like that, we're done with step 15. So we'll be right back to that. Oh, need to keep this close because I need more lights. Okay. I want the shortest one now. And this guy. Okay, I think this goes in like this. So that will work. I did the short one, right? Nope, I flopped them. Okay, this one. So, another 90-degree bend. This one just goes right here. I don't think it's going to be... Oh, that's the right one. Okay. You gotta get it a little bit further out. There, we can compress them a little bit. There they go. There it is. Now, I didn't get those things. Let me. I can find some light blue. Yeah, I think I see one that'll do. It's about as close to light blue, that color as I'm going to get. Get it into the... Yeah. think most of this is going to be behind something else anyway, but or underneath something, but still, I like to. No reason to take a chance and I can get a little blending done. It's soaked in, so let's add another coat. Keep you handy, I might need you again. Okay. Now we're working on this guy. And that little lay stand goes in here. And put some curtains and a shelf with a, oh, I remember what these things are called. I can't, the thing that made Neville faint. Okay, so, oh, we built on the outside. Okay, that's, I wasn't expecting that. You got it looking in. It actually goes back here. So I thought it was going to be on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's the outside ledge. So let's do some more. Okay. There. Now the real challenge here is that just to mount these on there and combine them together first, then I'll move the whole thing over to the rather uneven. So let's grab some. Get me some binder clips. Sort of try and lift this thing up off the ground where it's be somewhat flat. If I'd looked ahead, I would have done this before I done. I would have put these on before I'd done all the other stuff. This thing, that seems like the most difficult way to do it. Make the back uneven, then try and put something flat. Let me get a little more clearance on this guy. Seems to be fairly stable and level. It's not, it will wobble, but I think if I leave it alone, it'll be alright. Then you're going to turn around and have to put it vertical pretty quickly. Okay. Yeah. Yep, I wish I'd done this. Like I say, I wish I'd done this before I put that light bulb on. Okay. Around there. Swizz around. Okay. Now we got you. So we got the outline here we're supposed to match. So that's the same thing. Go straight across the nice little bead. Try not knock the top part off while you. Okay. Okay. Okay, the vase is in the way. Something else is in the way now. Let's get catching on something. Maybe it is just the base. Pop this thing back out. Okay. Yeah, this ain't freaking hard. Okay. Yep. Take a step back to go forward. Okay. I'll just whiz around there, get glue good and spread out. I guess that's level. Something seems... I may be looking at it from a weird angle. No, this side is high, isn't it? But it's in the outline. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's better. That's off. Okay, the outline on the bottom is different than the outline on the top. You can still see you. Got a little showing over here. This one's not. That's weird. Okay. Okay. Now, can I get this back on without destroying it? Maybe. Nope. I just knocked it out. I just saw it go up. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let that glue dry before I try and force that back in place again. Okay. And I'm out of line on here too, aren't I? I think I've lost my... Okay. Maybe that's what was throwing me off. I've been messing up the... top layer. Okay. I think that's it. Now I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes and bind. Then I'll come back and redo these things that I've already done. Alright, be right back with that. Okay, let's see if it's stabilized enough for me to put some other stuff on it. I think it's going to stay in place. And back to work again. See, that little corner there is rubbing it just enough to mess it up when it was wet. Okay. And dude here. Okay, and then back to the... I'm in such a hurry to pull the bracket off that I have lost it. There's my light. There it is. Yeah. Okay. You decided to go on the side. Oh, not a frame. Okay, so alright, so got those. Now we bring these guys together. There. Got our little. Yeah, so they're going to be back here. Alright, so we got a bit further out. Okay, now bring our stool and table and telescope all in here. Okay. Stool. There it goes. Table with the legs, and I go back here. I'll line up. Yeah. line up those. Telescope goes here. Yeah. Okay. Now, oh, light bulb. Okay. Now we got, see here. Got our, this must be the balcony because I'm about to do some railing here. Okay. Okay. So we got these little guys. Slopes. These guys. Flat tops. These guys have the tall spiky ones. Okay. Okay, so flat tops go the middle three here. Put the decorative side out. I almost didn't. Must have got some glue in it because it's a little stiff, but I think it'll be alright. I think I got clearance. There we go. And spiky guys on the ends. Our railing just goes down on top of the spiky guys. And down onto these. So I'm going to go ahead and drop some glue on these three in the middle. I'm sure it doesn't call for the glue, but I don't think it'll hurt to have it tacked in place there. A little extra stability won't be a bad thing. It comes right down on top of them, so see here. Popping up. No, okay, no. Okay, it's push those back a little bit. Not quite hitting on the middle one. They've got a gap there. Okay, so new plan. I'm gonna put dab of glue on the shoulder here. That appears to be where it's going to be bonding at. So get those guys down on the ends. Yeah, okay, so let them do their thing. Now, these guys go here. Okay, they do go up there. Decorative details to the inside, evidently. We want to jiggle in there. Yep. Alright. And that completes our little, like I say, I'm thinking it's going to be a balcony section. Looks pretty cool. Have a little room situated. I just saw that little I know probably not going to show up in the end product, but I'm going to go ahead and that. Just it didn't stand. It stands out a whole lot more in person. It did on camera, but still didn't stand out very much. All right, now set you aside because I think we're done with you for the night. Because we're gonna. I think we're building us a pipe organ. Okay, so start with four of these guys. Trim over here. Okay. These guys. I think this. I think there's. I don't think there's an up and down. I think they're the same either way. Yeah, they should be because it's the same. They're all whatever. J2. They're all the same on the end. Now this is going to be the tricky bit, I think. Okay, so I'm going to do it with that. I'm going to make that the top because I'm supposed to do the dark part up. Both of them. Okay, I think I got it. Alright. Down. Alright. Nut. I'll check what the final result of this is going to be. Okay. Not loving that bit there. Let me find brown here. Can't. It's not going to be dark enough on that one. Yep. I think it's. Used to be darker than that. Okay. This one. That's totally the wrong color. Let's see. New markers. Yeah. Yeah, this one looks. It's not the right color either. That's gold. Okay. Got my alcohol markers. See what chestnut brown is. I think that'll do. Yeah. Blend it in a little bit. Then. Once you get on camera, it blends it down a little bit. It's not bright against the, but oh well. I think it's just I'm gonna have to live with that one, I believe. Trying to figure out how I did this a second ago. Okay, there we go. Okay. 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 Now, these guys go on. Okay. We got the outlines here to do most everything else. This just is mounted on top of everything. Neo chasing something. Okay, so gonna be greedy. Trying to do them all at once. Bottom one first. The thing where I can't tell, I think that side's there. Okay. Yeah, just bridges this gap. These guys go on the top of our, whatever these dealios on the sides were. I'm not even sure what the, I don't think I've ever seen a real pipe organ, up close in person. I think I was in a church one time that had one, but it's like all the way at the other end of the sanctuary. Edge with our shoulder here, and pretty close anyway. Alright. Okay. That one, let it sit for a few minutes while I build some of the body, and got the lovely accordion bits that I always look so forward to using. Okay. So, onto these. these two. Which then goes into this guy. Here. Okay, this goes in here. Ooh, that's nerve-wracking. Okay, there we go. Now, around. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't think it liked it either. Okay, everything's in place there. Oops, top's not all the way up. Okay. Okay. Now, this guy goes down. And, oh, okay, I should have done this first, but. Okay. Finagle finesse this in. I think I have to take it all. See if it survives being removed. Okay. It did. In front of the top. Okay, that's okay. Let's do this one first. And that on there. Okay. Now, let's back to it. So, into the sides there. And then hopefully around. Okay. And then on to step 22. So, lower part of the organelle leave. Let's set you aside for the moment. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So let's it says okay. Yeah, coming forward on that one. We want the holes to be closer to the front on this one too. Okay. These guys. Another thing, should have done this first. Okay, so they go in down here. Evidently this is going to be on that side. Solid here. Over here up top. Okay, yes. Sort of knew that was about to happen. Okay. Okay. That. Now these guys get glued in through here. I think that's the bellows. And these guys go on either side. Got our outlines there. So. Okay. So, glue top and bottom. Try to hit those corners. Glue it to my instruction manual. Like so. This is that, I think. Just literally just had a paper towel and I guess I made it up the floor. Okay. Yes. And a little extra glue there. It dries good and clear, so I'm okay. Now get the other side and our top bit of our organ. Well, this should be fun. On the side, line up all our goobers. Haven't lost them. There we go. All right. We got our that's our pipe organ. Like that. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Let's see here. Maybe if I want to do I sort of want to do one more step, but I don't think it's conducive for tonight's. A lot of wiring and gluing. Well, not a lot of wiring, but there's wiring and gluing to be done. Yeah, I'm going to save that for tomorrow. I think that's going to be, we'll call that a wrap. Maybe, actually, let me do another coat of my, this darkened up. If I add more on, I don't think it, no, it doesn't. I thought you were supposed to be able to layer this stuff. I think maybe, no, this stuff is supposed to blend, not layer. No. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to call that a night. That seems like between that and our little room here, it seems to be good progress. A little more than last night, at least, it feels like. So we're getting slow but steady. Yeah, I think it's going to be, this is going to be a cool one. You know, once I get really into the rhythm of it, sort of, I think that's always the key to these things. You got to get so far before they start really, things just all of a sudden fall into place with them. But that's, like I've said a couple of times already, that's all for tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another, and click on a link. That's my channel page up there. That's my other channel, sort of an experimental thing I'm doing right now. This will be the playlist for this build. Neil's wanting to be conversational too. And that's what YouTube thinks you should be watching. See you tomorrow.